I'm out of county either. Can't do the checkbook, pay the phone bill. Don't mind me, you guys. I need an accountant.
We're gonna do the flag?
Oh,
I guess you're the President Pro Tem.
me?
Actually,
Oh, I elect her.
okay, you need to nominate her before you start the meeting.
Oh,
Chris, you're not very nice.
I nominate Misty.
Take a vote. Take a vote.
Take a vote.
Yeah.
Fine.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye, I reckon somebody's going to have to help me tonight though, okay? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have to keep up with this now though. Chris, do you care to lead us in prayer while I get caught up?
Now, would you, Greg does that.
Oh, Greg does that?
He's so much better at it than I am.
Yes, in my house, the man always, so I'm asking Commissioner Greg Robinson if he'll lead us in prayer while I get caught up over here.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for guiding and directing in all that we might do, and we ask that we would all keep in mind the purpose that we're here for, and that we might make decisions for the betterment of the ambulance authority. Father, we thank you for all the many wonderful blessings. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
As far as roll call, we have absent would be Gary and Bob, correct? And you're our new board member, correct? With your name being?
Eric.
Britton, right? What's this lady's name? Does anybody know?
Mariana.
Your name, honey?
Mariana Barron,
Will you spell Mariana for me?
Mirijana, and the last name is spelled B as in boy, E-R-A-M. What was your last name, Eric?
Britton.
Britton? Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes. We'll take a moment and read those and see if we have any corrections or updates.
Yes.
Will you print February's minutes off here?
February's?
Yes, because remember, that's one we had to roll over because you guys wasn't here the last time. Print those off for me, please.
Okay.
guy ever, Mike, did he ever really give his resignation?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can take
And it was accepted by the county commission.
Okay, so okay. I had meant to ask you that once because it was kind of one of those things we kept rolling, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
rolling over and.
Yeah.
Do you have a motion?
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
For which month, honey?
February.
February? Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have, how'd you say that, anyone?
All opposed?
All opposed? What about the month of April?
You need to take a vote on that.
Oh. I'm just gonna jump us right straight through this.
I heard the meeting up.
Yes, I'm gonna hurry. All those in favor of?
Aye.
All those in oppose of? Nobody?
So motion carried.
Motion carried. This is hard to do both these things at one time. The month of April,
I make a motion to accept.
to accept. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor of, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Do we have a director's report? Or treasurer's report, I'm sorry. I told you I'm gonna get through this meeting, you guys. Everybody can kick me out.
As of today, our deposits, this month, our deposits total $27,552.82. We paid, checks were paid out of $20,555.61. We have outstanding checks of $3,224.69. The P card is $3,825.45. So we have a total outstanding of $7,050.14. The balance in the checkbook is $51,632.50. I put a $100 deposit in the savings account because I got a letter from the bank because we hadn't done that recently. So the total in savings is $3,405.29. The truck maintenance for the month from the day of the 23rd of April to the 27th of May, for Total Care and Chenoweth Ford, it totaled $4,701.28. The rental from J&J was $750, and our towing was $470. And hopefully that is going to go down. We have all three annually.
Thank you. I'll be the one to mess these numbers up in the minutes next time, and I'll have to correct them. I was a little late, you know me. I showed up quite well one time, only 5 minutes late.
Would you pass that on the gold, please? Sure. Thank you.
No, pass that.
You need one too? No, I do not. You
No,
got this.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
took- Yeah, I took Coles.
Because you have Coles, right? Okay.
And everything's paid so far?
Everything's
And this
paid.
is what we have?
Mhm.
I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carried. Now to the director's reports.
For the month of May, our call volume's up. We're at 61 for the month, 62 as of right now. We did a total of 52 for last year, so it's increased. We did 4 transports this past month. I know there's some questions about that. It was a patient that we had transported in the past that called and liked our services and asked if we would do that again, so we opted to do that for them. So we did 4 transports, same patient to and from the doctor's appointment in Marietta. Truck status, all our trucks are in service except for 607, which is retired, and the Chase vehicle, which is also retired. We had some repairs to do to 605, 606, and 604 this month. 2 of the trucks needed their air conditioning fixed. That wasn't working in the front or the back, and with summer coming up, we didn't really have a choice with that. 605 also had some transmission issues. It had to have the transmission lines replaced. 606 blew its radiator, so we had to get a new radiator installed into it. And 604 had to have a radiator hose repaired. It had a leak in it. And all those repairs were done, and each truck is in service. So. For education purposes, last week I attended a CPR instructor course along with another paramedic here. We'll do the second half of that class this Thursday, and then June 4th through June 9th I'll be in Charleston for the week. I'll be attending a methodology course for EMT instructor. So once I get that completed, I can come back here and teach EMT class, EMT research. I can do that in-house, and I can just teach it here through the state. We want to host a refresher class because we have about, I think, 6 or 7 EMTs that need re-cert for this year. So we're hoping to hold a refresher here in July, in which I can teach. We'll open that up to every agency in this county and the surrounding areas. Hope to hold a full EMT class in the fall for the citizens of this county, that anyone that wants to attend. For public relations, we had a cookout over the weekend for EMS Appreciation Week. Company 5 attended. Members from our agency came down, brought their families, and some members of the community came. And for the budget for 2014 to 15, for payroll, Jessica and I have been working really hard to make schedule changes. We've examined for 3 years the call volume, peak hours. We've looked at the month, the days of the week, when our busy times is, and we've come up with a new schedule which will make it approximately about $389,000 is what it comes to at this point in time, before benefits, vacation time, sick time, which normally we run about $450,000. So it's still tentative. We've been twerking at it a little bit, but that's where we're at as of today. That should go into effect July 1st.
I left that over to you.
And that's it for my report.
I make a motion to accept Cole's report.
I second.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carried. We didn't have any old business on anything to discuss as far as old business goes. Did we have any committee reports?
I think we had talked about the policy committee at one point in time, I think, the last.
We're going to table that until the board is full, correct?
Okay.
Yes, so that, as of that last meeting, was tabled until we can fill the positions in the board to, you know what I'm saying, direct people out. Down to new business, response vehicle.
That was one of the questions I had. I thought that was tabled when we were supposed to talk about the new ambulance prior to the Chase vehicle, because we looked at not investing into a Chase vehicle at the moment because we needed the ambulances. So
I called that the same thing, that's my fault.
it's okay.
That's my fault because I considered a response vehicle, you know what I'm saying to me, that's ambulance, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So Chris and I went down to West Union Bank and talked to them about the possibility of financing 2 new ambulances, which we had talked about. But I think at this point in time, did you hear back from the bank, Chris? Because I called back down there a couple times. They were supposed to have their board meeting.
I didn't hear it after they had their board meeting, but he didn't think it would.
He didn't think it would go through, that they would approve that
He said to talk to Jeff from
Country Roads.
Country Roads.
Because they're still one and the same. From what I understand and what Chris understands, that they're still attached.
Mhm.
Country Roads and West Union Bank are still attached on the same list. From my understanding, from what we took from that, was that they're still one.
West Union owns the loan, but Jeff I'm not sure if it's a state or federal, Country Roads is, and when they, if I understood it correctly, when they bought the lease, when they did the lease agreement, the way it was set up was that Country Roads would do the leasing, but then it would go right to West Union Bank. The loan would go to West Union Bank. I'm not sure, I'm not savvy on
We
it.
tried to get the details for the exact agreement, but he wasn't in that day, and we
No.
talked to Joanne, I think,
Joella.
and she could not give us the details thoroughly, but that's what she could explain to what she knew. I've tried to contact them a couple times, and he's not returned my phone calls, so that's where we stand today. So what I would like to do would be I have the bids for the new ambulances, and PennCare is the cheapest. It's $64,584 for one new ambulance. That's before the Ford fleet discount. Now that changes every day by a couple $100. It could be more discounted tomorrow than it is today. So with that taken off, it's going to be about $9,200 is about where it runs. So that'll come off of that, which will make it about $56,000. And to order this truck to be delivered July 1st, we have to give them 10% so they can put it in the line to be delivered on July 1st. So that's obviously what I'd like to do, would be order the new ambulance from PennCare and pay the 10% so they can start processing it. And I have the quote here if anybody wants to see it. And that's before the Ford fleet discount. Anybody else? You want a copy of it?
Yeah.
We're just gonna buy one ambulance right now, and then that's the most important thing right now, so we're gonna get one ambulance.
Is it a brand new one or is it a used one?
Is it the same kind as we have sitting out here?
It's the van, right?
Yeah, it's the same as 606, the van.
That's
Yes,
606,
we
not
know
the
that.
truck.
And gasoline.
Yes,
And it's gas,
This will be
right?
cheaper on maintenance.
It's gas, right? And it's not diesel, it's gas.
How much was set aside in the new budget for an ambulance?
7.
So,
Can I see that,
Yes.
please?
And of course, we have to get it painted. That's extra, right?
Actually, they stripe it. They stripe
do
it.
They do it.
It doesn't come painted?
I know, I
Yeah,
meant
it
the decal, you know.
Oh, okay, I thought it doesn't come with paint.
No, we want you to paint it, Misty.
Have you looked at what I'm driving? I don't believe in paint. But, okay, with this here, what extra expense would we have? I mean, like it's red, do we have to pay to have anything else
We'll
done
have
to
to
it?
have the light bar added to it, right? Oh, no, it comes with a light
No, it
bar.
comes
We'll have
with
to have the
the
radios
lights.
installed, which we already have the radios.
We have
Okay.
the radios for it. It'll come with everything ready to go except for the radio's not installed and it has to be inspected by the state. So when we get the truck, we'll have to send it to the millers to get the radios put in. And then when we get it back, we'll stock it and send it to Fairmont to have it state inspected so it can be deemed to be an emergency vehicle and is ready to go. So it comes striped, ready, road ready is what it comes
So it comes road ready.
Yeah, it comes striped and everything in it, so.
So,
Well, not everything in it, I shouldn't say that. We have the stock here
yeah,
for it. but
which
it
you'll
comes-
trade from
Right.
one to, the other. And then we don't have to pay any extra for decals?
No, that's included in this price.
Unless they deliver another baby. Then we have to buy a decal to stick on the ambulance. They've delivered 2 in the past 6 months on 50.
So we would have to pay the 10% down tomorrow, like I'll call if they got approved. Pay the 10%, which would be about 56, because I said the Ford fleet varies every day, so I can't give you an exact number. But it's about $5,600. And then that would start production, and they would deliver it on June 1st, which we would get the check to pay the remaining balance from
July 1st.
the commission.
Okay. So what do you need from us, a
So
motion?
you're just wanting one at a time?
Just one at this time, yes.
So you're needing
I
a
need the
motion.
approval for the 10% down.
I make a motion to, for Cole to put the 10% down as soon as possible for the new ambulance. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carried.
So I will call him first thing in the morning. Now, I'll call each of the board members and let them know what the exact price is for the check, so.
I'll call you on my phone.
Okay.
You working tomorrow?
Yeah.
Chris called your house and your phone worked.
Yeah, my phone is working. It's just I don't have Wi-Fi. Yeah, I have phone. I don't have cable and Wi-Fi.
Well, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, the next thing is personnel.
I have nothing to report.
Nothing at all. Okay.
I think you probably better go into executive session.
Yeah, we need to go in executive session.
Okay, somebody needs to make me a motion.
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session.
So
Do
we
I
can go
have
out in the rain or?
In the
There's a
garage.
porch around the corner.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Oh, my.
Orders of.
Is it a car?
Huh?
The one that made us a car.
No, they had
It was
a
flushed and broke out real bad sweat.
a pickup truck that was being jumped by a big truck
Like, this is my
that
husband.
was getting ready
I
to
said,
turn
"Do you have
on the
anybody there,
snowbird,
Someone there that.
and
can
they
get
canceled that
Up
run.
here to get a blood
But
pressure
before they
for
could
me,
get back here,
he said,
water truck
they had no
went up over the
one
bridge
there.
and is hanging on the bridge.
Oh, there's nobody there.
So above
Well, there
Old
was
50,
people
it's
there.
Yeah, down
above
here.
Old 50.
Yeah, it's got one tire overslept, they were saying.
Don't you think that would be a requirement if you went out on an emergency run?
You'd think, but that,
Betsy's had a couple in her yard, because they make that turn so fast and they just swerve right there.
So is
No, it's-
everybody back in now?
is everybody back in here?
Yeah.
Yep.
I make a motion to go back into regular session. Do I have a second to that motion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carried.
Wait till she's done writing. We get ahead of her sometimes when she's writing. Okay. I make a motion that we retain Cole as the executive director at a salary of $46,000 a year with the $6,000 a year, the extra $6,000 being reimbursed to the county commission from us, from the ambulance authority.
I second the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carried.
So that's going to be recommended to the county commission?
Yes, it's going to
Yes.
be recommended to the county
Okay.
commission.
Somebody needs to,
Chris.
Chris, you need to call Beth
Beth.
and get that on the
Put that on the
agenda.
agenda. I have a note. I wrote a note.
Okay.
Call Beth Rogers, Beth Rogers, right? Okay.
Okay. Do we have any commission requests?
No?
911 central reports? We kind of already talked about that with the fallen Phillies. Any public comment?
What's about the 911 report, anything? That,
You want to touch base with, or tell them?
What are you referring to?
well, you said that you'd already discussed the 911, was that earlier?
No, I had a question about the LEPC
Oh,
meeting.
okay.
I updated them on the fact that Butch had requested that I get down to the 911 center meeting, and Pat Heister was there, and he indicated that he hadn't been receiving any of the electronic notifications, and so that was discussed, and they're going to try and there were some issues, apparent issues with that, so they were going to work that out. And then I also indicated to the board that the LEPC meeting had occurred, and basically kind of, if you could call it, reorganized, and that that they were moving ahead with plans for the LAPC and disaster plans, etc.
That was one of my questions where we talked about last month,
Mhm.
Cole following up with, how do you get on that? I think maybe it was you asked, where do they post the meetings at and how do they post them, who gets on them or how they appoint them?
No, I think it came out with Jeff Fox talking to Gary about it.
But
And it's the
anyway, that's what
advisory
we was
council.
trying to make sure that,
Yeah. And I still don't get my text for it. So,
You're not getting your text?
so,
Are we still in public comment? Okay, I do have public comment. I did some research on open meetings laws. I believe that this meeting was posted on Friday morning. And I'll just let you all have a copy of this. I need your copies. This is from the Ethics Committee, their website, which anybody can go on. I put it on the top of the paper there about open meetings. Here we go. Made one for Butch. And I'll let you all determine what this means. And the other thing was, I did find that let's see, where's my notes in here?
Monday was a holiday.
June 28, 2011, there's a hazardous waste policy, fire door policy, DCAA vehicle lease or use policy, and a social networking policy. That was approved by the DCAA Board of Directors, and it said that they were attached to the minutes. Vehicle use policy was changed on October 25th, 2011, and it said attached to the minutes. Purchasing policy amendment, excess of $1,000 for emergency, September 27th, 2011. And the DCAA P card policy was the meeting for May 2011. So those policies that I have been looking for are supposedly in your minute book.
In the what?
Minute book, attached to the minutes. Do you all have an official minute book with all the past minutes in it?
I keep mine, but I don't
I've
have,
had mine since I've
but I
been
don't
on
have
board,
anything
but
attached to
not
it.
before.
Were you on it May 2011?
Oh, no.
No.
So the historic minutes, wherever they are, nothing was attached online because I went through them again today and looked.
So that's, and for the P card, what do you need for the P, I mean,
I'd just like to have the DCAA's policy. They have a written policy. They did it in May 2011, and it's attached to the minutes. And there should be, the official minutes should be kept here somewhere or passed down. And I realize with all the changing,
I'll talk to Martha about it. See if we've got anything.
Can you go back over that list, Tammy? I'm sorry, I was reading and
An official policy.
June 28th, 2011, there was a hazardous waste policy, fire drill policy, vehicle use policy, and social network policy. I didn't know about some of these, but the vehicle use policy was attached to the minutes and approved October 25th, 2011. The purchasing policy amendment was, it read, I didn't see the actual policy that the director could spend more than $1,000 if it was an emergency, and that was approved September 27th, 2011, and the DCAA P card was May 2011. But don't you have to have those for inspection, the board minutes?
He used mine. I gave him all of mine.
So nobody's ever set up the,
I didn't know it was the first time I ever did an audit. And he
no,
said,
the inspection,
oh,
The
the
state inspection.
state inspection.
We've had, our agencies, they have came and inspected our units, but we have not had state inspection since we've opened. And that's agency-wide pretty much across the board because there have been changes in the state office and they keep extending everyone's licensure.
Well, normally I thought that was something you had to have, is the minutes to the past meetings.
It's a possibility and it's something I'll have to look into, but there are private agencies and county agencies, and private agencies would be different. We all fall under the same umbrella for the guidelines, and not specific ones for us and private agencies, so I'll have to look into that.
That's all I have.
anything else? Anything else? I make a motion, we adjourn?
I second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carried.
Have you heard